When I started reviewing the Ace Attorney anime Season 2 months ago, I never thought we would actually reach the end. But lo and behold, we actually have. We reach now the final episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I am MegamanNG and I welcome you all to my Ace Attorney the Anime Season 2 finale review. We talk about the final episode, Bridge to the Turnabout, Last Trial. So here's the deal. I provide a summary as well as the main points. And I'm not only going to be talking about this episode, but I'm also going to be talking about the season as a whole, as well as a few things I want to add. If you remember from my Flash reviews, you know that whenever I do a season finale review, I would go the deep end. It won't be the case here this time. The reason being is that, yes, it's not long. It's 22 minutes. But part of me wishes it could have lasted much more. Which is why part of it will also detail that if this season lasted 26 episodes, I would detail what the final 3 episodes should be. But without further ado, let us begin. The end game has come. There is only one thing that remains, and it's to figure out who really is responsible for the death of Misty Fey. Maya Fey takes the stand, and right off the bat, she isn't in the best state. Despite this, Nick stands his ground. He hopes to find the truth against the prosecutor who has his own reasons for living. Can he do it? Can he find the truth and close the book on this tragic case? That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. This is the finale. The finale to not only Bridge to the Turnabout, but the second season to the Ace Attorney anime as a whole. This episode's just depressing throughout. It's depressing despite the fact that we really did get some very epic moments. And I will explain those in a bit. Maya takes the stand, and though she tries her hardest to protect the one responsible for obvious reasons, Nick is by no means an idiot. He actually knows the truth, and he does whatever possible to prove it, just like in the game. Much of this is similar to the game, to the point where they actually decide to use music from Trials and Tribulations. Only one thing came to my mind. Now is the time you decide to add music from the third game when clearly you could have had all the time you needed to make a soundtrack that would have the third Ace Attorney feel. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a remixed version of Objection 2004. That would have been nice. But using the original music is good enough for me. But they only use it for some of the more important stuff. It's just good. It makes you wonder why they decided to implement this instead of, well, maybe having creating a soundtrack giving that TNT feel. That I'll never understand. We actually learn who Godo really is, though it's pretty obvious. And we also discover how Godo ended up poisoned, how he was reborn, and how he learned the truth of Morgan Fey's plan. It's all similar to the games. Minus a scene or two. Yeah, that's one of the nitpicks I got with this episode. It's just a minor nitpick because I feel that there was a scene missing. A scene that had Godo explain to Maya how far Misty was willing to go to save her. Remember the staff? It was like presses a button and it converts into a blade. Or rather, it reveals a blade. And it's not complete with one of the most epic moments in the entire case. And you know what I mean by epic moment. The moment where he revealed the truth, revealing the killer's blood. Where's the location where you say the killer hit his wound? What else? On Godo's mask. It's beneath his mask. During the fight, the lights given off by the killer suddenly disappear. Seconds later, there was a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. And he actually says it. And he actually says it in the end too. Mr. Godo, would you mind removing your mask? If for some reason you have a dagger under there somewhere, I'd say this whole case is solved. And it's not complete without Godo's breakdown. Though it would have been nice if the breakdown would not only show the explosion, but then his mask come flying off, revealing his face. And the scar. I mean, the truth was revealed and the aftermath that follows is just gut-wrenching. It really is. It's just like the games. They just nail it. They even included Iris revealing the truth to Nick, and that the Dahlia she fell in love with was in fact Iris all along. And then Nick believed in her. Even after all that, this just hurts. It really does. The ending is just a very heartwarming scene. Though there's another nitpick that I've got. That the ending, or rather part of it, doesn't take place in the inner temple. Like, one part of it, because the ending was split into two parts. One part had Nick, Edgeworth, Francisca, and everybody else talking while Maya goes off to find Pearl. And then Edgeworth asks why he's so puzzled, wondering why Maya can be so bright and chipper despite everything that has happened. And the only reason why was she's doing it all for Pearl's sake. And trust me, Maya had been through so much hell, it's not funny. Maya's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put in the worst situation possible. And that's the reason why. That is the reason why, without a doubt, why Maya is putting on a brave face for Pearl's sake. And then the second part of the ending scene in the inner temple with the mural showing the Master of Kurain restored. And then after Pearl confesses that, yeah, she had no idea all this happened and she felt bad. And then Bikini showing up showing that, yeah, Maya truly is the daughter of Mystic Misty. Showing that in the end she had no regrets. With Nick revealing what was inside the charm. They did show the charm. They did show what was inside. A photo of Mia and Maya Fey. Those were what Misty cherished more than anything else. And the ending, it ends what you'd expect, just like it was in the first game, signaling the end of the second season with a simple igi'ari. Overall, this episode was just an emotional thrill ride. I just can't get enough of how awesome it is. There are some moments that, yeah, they really made me want to cry. I mean, the feels were heavy. They were so heavy. They actually nailed it, and the season ended on a dang high note. And if you want to know the score for the episode, I give it a 10 out of 10. Perfect 10. I'm not going to lie. This was perfect. It was a perfect way to end it, despite the fact that there were some changes here and there. But who am I to judge because they actually pulled it off well enough? Now, let's talk about the season. The season overall has had a bit of ups and downs. They were mostly ups, but there were a few downs. The ups occur in episodes where they do deliver and allow the episodes to breathe and flourish. Downs happen in episodes where it's the opposite, and the only downs that I know that happened were pretty much the first part of Recipe for Turnabout. I mean, the whole thing was just a serious rush job. Or better yet, Recipe for Turnabout in general, because a lot of stuff got cut just to, fix the pacing, but all it did was made it worse. The rest of the episodes, they were pretty good all throughout. Especially Turnabout Memories, or rather the stuff that was really important to the series, like Turnabout Memories, Turnabout Beginnings, and Bridge to the Turnabout. All of that was just good. All of that was really good, as a matter of fact. I can't say enough how great that was. But overall, the season was a big improvement over Season 1, in terms of animation and pacing. It was a big improvement because the first season, having to adapt 2 games, was just a big fat no-no. I don't know why, but it's just... what can you do, honestly? What can you do? Because they had to cut some corners, which leads to some questionable things that happen in the anime, like questionable animation jitters. There were some flaws, but they nailed it well enough to make this a proper adaptation. And thankfully, they don't need to adapt 2 games. I'm at least thankful for that. I really am. Though I wish it didn't have to end after 23 episodes. Which brings up something else. If it had a 26-episode run, here's how I would detail the final 3 episodes. The first episode would show the aftermath of the case, or rather taking place sometime after, with Maya now devoting her full responsibility as the master of Kurain in Kurain Village, and Nick now confident he can handle things on his own. And then it would end, or rather, it would end with him meeting Zach Ramirez, having their poker game and Phoenix Wright winning, which would lead to Phoenix Wright representing Zach Ramirez. And the next 2 episodes would be The Trial, Phoenix Wright's last trial, with Nick facing off against a young Javier Gavin. And it would conclude with the trial ending with no verdict, Nick losing his badge, and everything that would set things up for Season 3, if we get a possible Season 3. Because if we get a Season 3, I want it to adapt the Apollo Justice. I really do. But there's also one other thing that made me wonder. This anime never got an adaptation of Rise from the Ashes. So, personally, if there was a Rise from the Ashes adaptation, it would be a multi-episode OVA, with the plot having Nick travel to America only to get himself involved in a serious case, to represent Lana Skye, and trying to find the truth amidst all impossible odds. His only ally is a girl named Ima Sky, and it takes place in between the first and second half of Ace Attorney Season 1. It would actually be pretty interesting, though I hope it would at least give it a lot more time to breathe. Introduce new characters, have the trial flow at a consistent pace, and since the trial bits are pretty much longer, having like one episode devoted to the trial former and another to the trial latter would really be nice. It would actually be really interesting. Though, who am I to judge, as I don't really know if we'll ever do get it. But hey, who am I to complain, to be honest, because I really hope that somewhere down the line we may get it. Who knows? We really don't know. But if you want to know my overall score for the season, Season 2 is an 8. Because there were some good moments, but there was also a bit of bad. But overall, a very solid season, and I will commend these people for giving us, well, a much better season compared to Season 1. And hopefully, if we do get a Season 3, I will return to reviewing the series. That I promise you. I would like to thank each and every one of you who have taken the time to watch these reviews, provide their thoughts, etc. I want to thank all who have liked, commented, shared, and subscribed, or rather liked, commented, and shared on these videos, because it's not going to be the same without me reviewing them, that's for sure. And yeah, I still have my work cut out for me. I still got to do the Ace Attorney games since, yeah, I am doing them again, but this time on the Nintendo Switch. I really do mean it. I'm doing it again on the Switch since I would rather import the game than wait till April to do it. And thankfully I didn't disappoint because I'm hoping to get at least a lot of it done. I will say this, I promise not to disappoint all of you. I really don't, because I'm doing my best to getting all of it done. All I ask is for a bit of patience. And I will get the entire trilogy done again until the second trilogy comes around. And when that happens, I will cover that too. So that is going to be it for this Ace Attorney Season 2 finale review. It's not long, it's getting late, and I want to make sure I get this out of the way before I sleep. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. Doing it all helps me out big time. And I will catch you on the flip side. Be sure to check out my channel for when I be doing Ace Attorney premieres, so that way you can stick around and enjoy the show. And I will catch you all on the flip side. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. See you next time, and arigato. Igi'ari!